Well then, we'll try that again. We had a computer malfunction camera thing.
Neither of us even noticed. It was wild.
I was like, I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't figure it out. 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Nope. He probably like, what happened?
When I turned on my phone and I went into the live, it went to the old one. Let's try to go to the new one. It's still going to the old one.
It's probably the same thing. He's having.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
There we are. Yep, there he is.
The music in the background is quite low.
Yep. Well, we would have figured it out real quick.
I'm almost there.
That's funny. Because when I counted down the first time, it was perfect. He said, I'm already there. They know it's a time delay on that. Remember, kids, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the Outhouse podcast, its affiliates, the guests, or even us. It's for entertainment purposes only.
Bunch of jokes for you folks.
Shh, I just broke the toilet. Broke the damn toilet.
Start pooping everywhere.
Got some of
Skibbity.
that Jeffrey joint.
The skibbity toilet. You know what we're talking about. You know, I still don't know much about that. It kind of flourished out. This skibbity toilet thing. The toys, that was such a fanfic.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah. It's still big with kids, but the whole, like, buzz of it died down. Now it's all about that stupid bear. Those collectible bears.
Them Build-A-Bear things?
No, not those. The little ones that celebrities have. They can be worth like thousands of dollars.
Go figure.
Yeah, it's like a Beanie Baby. It really is. You're like, oh, we got the only one.
That's crazy. You know, I was supposed to take some Tylenol. I'm hurting. I'm almost insane. I've not been getting no sleep at night because my arm's been hurting.
What you been doing? The garage sales?
No, just sleeping on it wrong, I guess. I don't know. I ain't sleeping no different than I ever did. I have to sleep on my sides normally, and it just ain't working, man. I'm starting to lose my freaking mind. I'm telling you, it's
you cut your leg
lack
and
of
stuff,
sleep and hurting and everything else. It's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
I was wondering if the two were correlated, like you cutting your leg or something, like you got a job or you're out there hacking some bushes up or something. Yeah, that dude on there was just complaining, that comedian we were acting, he was complaining about eating pussy before caviar. Like, I don't even like caviar.
I wouldn't, no way. Just when I want to eat some raw fish eggs.
Right. I mean that is like a honeymoon luxury, and that's kind of the instance they were talking about. But man, no, caviar.
Oh, you guys like my hair?
Vote for Pedro. Vote for Pedro.
Pedro. I'm Pedro.
Napoleon Dynamite. Vote for Pedro.
Pedro. Guess Gary's mom went in the hospital the other day. How's she doing, Gary? Hopefully better.
Oh, man.
So we can head to Bigfoot country.
That's crazy. Dude, I can't believe my dad... I can believe my dad went to Florida and drove there. He drove in a 5-speed.
Drove, huh?
In a 5-speed.
Damn.
All the way.
Sucked about till he got out of them... well, at least... Virginia, probably... Well, what's that big-ass hill coming down North Carolina? Big Ben or Big Bear, or whatever they call that. Once you hit that, you're out of the mountains. But all through that would suck with a stick shift, man. As soon as you get past probably Dover, Ohio, it's a wrap because you're in the hills then.
I mean, he's a retired truck driver, but still, even then, at 80 years old, too, The distance and the time. They stopped at a hotel at like 10 p.m. and he was up on the road at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah. I mean, old people can do that.
That's crazy. I try.
Young people can too. See, young people, they can do that, and get sloshy drunk the night before and still do all that. Bounce back. I can't do that no more. Shit just tears me up.
I'd say it's in spurts because, like, I watched this motivational video one time where they're like, if you can pull an all-nighter and get that money, do it while you're young. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna take that to heart and try to do that with my passions and everything. And yeah.
He said she's too stubborn to die. She's getting better though. Yeah, is that what it's called? Man. Fancy Prayers. Gap? I thought it was called Big Ben, I thought.
What? Fancy Gap?
Yeah, it's like a 7-mile hill down. It's got all these truck runoffs in case they can't stop. It levels out so they can, and then it kind of goes up.
Is there a bunch of overlooks?
The hill's going down, and and these runoff ramps go up because you know what I mean. If they can get out of control going down that sucker, man.
Was there a bunch of overlooks over by like the main stretch of highway?
I don't know. Maybe.
When I went to Laurel Caverns, I think that's in West Virginia.
Oh no, this is a different part. Well,
maybe it was in Pennsylvania.
Or no, wait a minute. I can't remember if you go down through there or not. I guess you kind of do have to go. I don't even remember. You take 70. Well, yeah, because you take 77 south all the way, so you definitely go through West Virginia. West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I think Alabama.
I failed geography.
Atlanta, Georgia, then Florida.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Even being like in the truck driver positions I was.
See, that's why you should have watched them Tiny Toons cartoons. You better get to watching them. They'll teach you.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm telling you, they got them little songs for all the like little capitals and states and countries and shit. It's pretty cool. After that cartoon stopped teaching you things. They was like, nah, we better not keep. We don't want these kids educated.
If you put things in rhythm,
I know Big Ben is a clock over there in London.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I thought that's what that hill was called, man.
Big Bend. Well, the reason I brought that up is because in Laurel Caverns, we were way up, and I had this little 99 Nissan Sentra. It barely had a muffler on it. It might have not have had a muffler on it, and that's why I was freaking out. Going up that hill just straight up. I mean, really. And everyone around has like nice cars. They're all quiet. Even these semis are somehow just creeping up this thing, and I'm like, you get to the other side, and you feel like you're about to teeter-totter and just roll down.
Yeah, I scraped the back of my leg on one of them freaking bikes when I was cleaning it up. The damn thing, I started walking away, and it tipped on me. I didn't realize that. Bow! Cut my leg open, and this son of a bitch. What really hurts the worst is the scab on it, man, and it's just a tiny little, just a scrape, man. That son of a bitch.
It burns?
No, it hurts by the touch. I've been putting that damn, whatchamacallit on it, but man, every time I bump it on this chair, I'm like, ow!
You probably have like a hair follicle there that wanted to grow or was trying, and it's all sensitive now.
Oh yeah, that's why I said no Alabama, Georgia, Atlanta. That's what I meant.
Oh wow!
Because I was trying to think, I was thinking Alabama, but Atlanta's in Georgia. That's what I said. That's what I said, mate. There's nobody there. It's going down to one person.
One person? The YouTube
Is
employee.
Gary the only one out there, for real?
The YouTube employee got bored. I've bored the YouTube employee before. I swear that's what it is. I swear there are watchers. They monitor your streams to make sure that nothing bad is going. Because you'll have one viewer, and there'll be nobody there. Mm-hmm. Never. And it's like, bro, who are you? It's got to be a YouTube employee watching it, reviewing it. And then they're like, oh, yeah, it's safe. And it's like really boring.
Well, these guys are stupid. These guys are stupid.
Nah. It's probably just the it's safe thing, and then they go away. I think that's what it is. And they come back to monitor too. I've noticed that. Man, even my buddy Beanzo's streams aren't doing that well. Like, his chat was doing well, but his people count wasn't. And I'm like, that's crazy.
That's weird. How can your chat be doing good, but your count can't?
It depends on the people you got in there. If it's somebody like my sister, they'll send you 5 texts before you get a chance to send one. And then some of them people will do that, too. Either Uber fans or little kids or stalkers. You never know. But a lot of those people are close to the group, so we know them. It's not like that. They're just weird. Some of them people have disabilities, and they can't, like, actually go out and do stuff. And they've even told us, like,
grab some Tylenol.
We live vicariously through you. So, go ahead, man. If you want to.
I was saying there's nobody there. I guess that's a good time to go get some Tylenol since nobody's there.
I guess so. I got one on my end. I think Gary's still there. He's mostly always here. Comment it if you're here. Did I say commentant? Comment it. I was rapping today, and my face is not wanting to move or remember words that I'm supposed to use.
Get out of here. You was rapping today?
Yeah, every day. Every day. Speaking of, appreciate the comment on the last song that I did, Gary. It means a lot. Because that one is hard to put out. There's a singing track, and I talked about, like, my personal life.
I didn't catch it yet. I've been too busy. I ain't watched too much of TV in the last couple few days. When did you put it out?
Last night.
Oh, that's why I ain't seen it.
Yeah.
I got up today and did some Fitzpatrick shit, then came home and had to clean up the house.
There's a couple people I don't want to see it right away until, like, my energy at least boils down with it, because I told some pretty gruel stories, like, about my parents growing up and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a love song. It's very emotional. And he said that was the best one you made. I was like, hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Didn't expect that.
Speaking of didn't expect that, I had an unexpected guest. What was it what's today? Wednesday. Must have been Friday. Right before me, it was me and Gary was getting ready to close up. And it was Jerry Lee. Yay!
Hey!
Which Jerry Lee is brother to the kid that was in Falling in Reverse.
Okay.
They got a bunch of stuff coming up. Their band American Monster. Go check them out on all platforms. They got a big show coming up in Vegas on Halloween if you get your ass out there on Fremont Street. I'd like to go check that out, but I'm unfortunately not able to do that this time in my life. Yeah,
Vegas is not necessarily a walk around the block.
No, honestly, it don't cost that much if you go to one of them travel agents and get a deal. Man, it ain't shit to go out there and stay for 4 or 5 days. Really, it ain't. I went out there for.
They probably want you to die. That's what it is. They're like, yeah, you just go out there, have fun.
Well, it's been probably 10 years ago now, but when them guys first went out there, we went out with their dad and everybody. We got all this shit, and I went out. Plane tickets, flights there and back, plus we got there Thursday morning and stayed till Monday morning, like Monday afternoon, and it was only $500.
Oh wow!
Plane ticket and hotel.
Man, that ain't bad at all.
No, I was but I could, even if it was that now, I just don't have it. My money has to go elsewhere. Come on, Tyler, send me a plane ticket, man.
So what'd he stop by for?
He's seen a post on Facebook. Stopped by and we started bullshitting.
Oh, the garage show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we just started talking about things, and of course I was asking him what the situation was with the situation, and the situation is that both parties signed an NDA, so nothing can be said about any of it. As far as why he's not there agreement. No more, or...
Gotcha.
So...
Wild. Well, is he...
In fact, if I was to have him come on the podcast, he ain't even allowed to talk about them guys. Oh. Like, nothing.
So where does that leave him?
That leaves him...
Is he in, like, a good financial state still?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, he's cool.
Are you guys gonna work together soon?
I'm hoping. I told Jerry, I was like, hey, because he was saying after they do this show out there in Vegas, they got plans to do this, that, that. And I'm like, look, bro, I'm still available for work. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
dude, plug for sure.
Like,
that's pretty cool. That 4 million, 10 million subscriber thing on Instagram that I told you about messaged me. They never did message me back, so I'm assuming it was scam. So that's unfortunate.
But yeah, so them guys, I guess they got some songs about to come out. He said that they made this big build up for their merch and shit, made a cool video and this, like trailer for their merchandise.
Ooh.
And he said in 42 hours they sold $11,000 with merchandise, and they don't even have a record out or played out yet.
What?
No songs out, and they haven't played yet.
But they made the trailer. Did they make the music to the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I'd have to see the trailer. That's my one damn good trailer. Mm-hmm. That's wild, dude.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Oh, I'd like to. Yeah, we can't. Damn it.
Mr. Beast does similar things where he'll make like actual movies for his merchandise. That's something that's been recently done though by like other creators to bring it to life. So it's an idea that's surfacing. I'm not surprised, dude. I've always, ever since like a kid, what I've really thought I could do, because I'll be honest, like I have a lazy work ethic even in mind. Like the overall goal would be to do something that I can do easy, not like stressing myself out necessarily too much. But I thought about movies, and I was like, that's just too much. That's just too much. I went to college for it. I learned all about it. There are multiple facets of it, and I only learned the filming part of it. There's a stuntman part of it. There's the acting part of it. There's the set building. There's the photography. I mean, you name it, it goes into it. Movies is art and sound put together.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'd love to do commercials. Commercials would be
have to do
dope.
A double on this one. Oh shit!
What do you guys think? I think because it's short, it's a short term of media, and it's entertaining, and it's supposed to make you buy something. So I feel like I really dive into that aspect. Like I enjoy doing something like that.
I have to take off. I think this. I think this is it.
Well, they didn't. That's not their music.
No,
but yeah.
That's not it either, though.
Oh.
What I was... Oh, damn it!
Was that them?
Yeah.
Well, that looks legit. If they don't have a single song out, what song is that?
I don't think it's this stupid phone, dude.
I've known people like that before, though, where they
How the hell did I do
are
that? Now
salespeople.
I can't get this damn thing to go to full screen now.
And they could sell like anything to you before presenting it. One really successful artist in the local community that I know, keep bringing it up pretty often. Maybe we'll meet face to face soon again, because we always do it at the skate park. But it's Zay. And Zay posted on Facebook, he claims he could sell water to a fish.
I'll do it twice so you can hear it, and then I'll put it up on the camera. Now, the dude singing is the bass player for the other band. And the drummer he was here the other day.
That drummer?
Uh-huh.
She was here?
Yeah.
That's cool. That is cool. Wow.
Here, let me show
Well, I
you.
mean, they look very
I guess I could've just
established.
clicked on it and I didn't have to hold it.
I was gonna say, why can't you hear it? There you go. Now I hear it. I think it played twice.
Yeah. Probably gonna get copyright stricken or something. Some seconds.
Well, that's very legit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he said that, I forget, the one dude hooked him up with a bunch of dummy cabs, like make their stage look like they got a bunch of amps on there and whatnot.
Legit.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he said that.
Hey, that's pretty close, too.
Yeah. So there you have it, man. American Monster. Go down there on Facebook and Instagram.
They should go play at
All
the
them
spot.
places.
That is literally the music they play down there.
Yeah, but them guys, they'd be like us. I'd have to go set up all my shit for them.
I can't
I'd
hear Al
like to
no
get
more.
them to come here.
I can't hear
said
Al no
of that
more.
Kill your mama. Oh, that's right. Sorry, Al.
That's why there was dead tones. I'm like, why is it so eerily quiet right now?
Well, I turned him down so we could.
Yeah.
Poor Al.
That's crazy that it's that good that it's just like turn that soundtrack down or up. You know, like it's just going and it's good music, just ready to go.
Well,
at
shit.
any time.
See them cat-like reflexes?
Yeah, yeah.
The thing about it is I can turn him down in our here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I can turn him down for us, but he can still hear everything back there for him.
Yeah.
So he's still jamming. He didn't even know I turned him down until he's just now hearing me say this.
I'm just saying it's that good. It sounds like you paused the CD. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope.
Yep, that is live music in the back there, kids. For those of you that are tuning in, that's never tuned in, and we appreciate it, like my dude.
All we need for this is that same dude to come up here and...
Yeah.
Then
I
you'd
tried
have-
to get Earl to come over and jam with Al, but I don't know.
Man, he tear it up on some drums.
He's been here once. Yeah, that's my new hairstyle.
Lynn, I'm not gonna mess it up this time and say Ian.
Ian.
Vote for Pedro.
Pero. It's me, Pero.
If only you would have had
Well, that-
those reflexes.
Well, that
Well,
was
they
an
can't even
accidental
see.
bell ringer there.
They can't even see your
That
hand.
last one was the neighbor's outdoor thingamajobby, but didn't seem to do the whole trick.
What?
That last one, that
The-
was the neighbor's.
The ding?
Yeah.
The
That-
neighbors? Oh.
Come on, man. Follow me here. Follow me
I didn't
here.
know what you're talking about. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You know, there's something I was going to talk about. You notice you can't see it on camera, or can you? No, you can't.
The
really.
curtains.
No, not only the curtains, but the new instruments I decided to hang up. Banjo, mandolin, and a ukulele.
Ew.
Didn't even notice, did you?
No, I didn't. You pull those down and play.
Well, I figure all those people come over and they play all those different instruments now.
Yeah.
I've got I even got a violin back there, so. It's my daughter's. I want a violin, I'm like, man, them things are hard to play. I want one. I got her one. She tried it once. Nope. I was like, damn.
That might be a hard thing to like set up, but like a literal freestyle,
Nah,
like
dude.
music artist type thing, where people
Nah.
come in and just play if they know how.
Oh, I thought you was going to say jump on a violin and just freestyle. I'm like, nah.
No.
Any of these other instruments I could jump on and kind of figure something out. A violin, nah. Dude,
I
there's
tried-
a whole technique to
Yeah,
all that shit.
there really
you
is.
just don't jump on a violin and tinker with it and figure some notes out. It doesn't work like that with a violin.
It'll sound like.
Yeah, it's cat dying.
Yeah.
Any other instrument, like I could sit down behind a piano and tinker with it and find some chords and this and that. Any of those.
Yeah.
But not no damn violin, man. Them things are crazy. Crazy.
I think I'd have to agree with that. That, harmonicas and accordions. Those are all instruments that are taboo to me. I could never play harmonica. I never even looked it up. because I can't.
What the hell are you talking about, Gary? You said it must have done the trick. SeAth has no idea what you're talking about. oh, gotcha. Yeah, right.
Oh, the dinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I had to think back. That delay.
I drink too much coffee. I already need a refill.
I know. I'm getting there too. I'm almost there. Oh man, I really felt like I had a subject for tonight. I should have wrote it down.
Probably.
Go.
I was gonna check ChatGPT for some discussion stuff to talk about, but I was like, we'll just.
That was really weird.
it.
We was watching the Y Files before we went on here, and they was talking about this 20 and back, where supposedly these people join the Space Force, pre-Space Force, and go do 20 years, and they come back and they stick them right back, right where they started from, same timeline, all this shit. But what was really weird is I had literally just watched a video while I was doing dishes and cleaning up a little bit, pre you guys showing up, with this lady that said that she had done it, and then when you come back, they erase your mind, and then somehow some trauma, or something, that their trauma brought back her memories or whatever, and she started having shit and remembering what the hell happened and all this stuff, and it's a pretty wild story there.
Bro, I believe it 100%. The guy that lived across the hall from me for a while, that was a really bad drug user and builder of things that would explode in my apartment.
Yeah.
It wasn't my apartment, it was his apartment across the hall. But
in your building.
We, as a family, think that he was an expelled military member, because the dude was smart.
Mm-hmm.
He could build, and he could tell you he could do these things, but you wouldn't believe him by the way he looks and acts. But he could build traps, and like he had knowledge. We think he got erased. We think he was a bomber, like some kind of spy that was in a situation and got bombed, because the only situation he could remember was he got bombed, and that was it. That was the end of what it was. He had previous military experience, but it wasn't high like what we think it was, because the dude was way too smart for what he knew. Now, man,
my buddy Dennis that's in here every now and again, I kind of think he did that.
Well, you never know. I mean, is that the guy that said we all clones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? FaZe Rug just had a video where they went to a storage unit again.
Mm-hmm.
I think I showed you it before where he failed it, but he did it successfully this time. They found a military, they were told it was a military person's locker.
Mm-hmm.
What they found in this locker was crazy, because there was books of thousands of dollars worth of these books, all about the science and all about God and all about the studies of all these different things. Whoever this was a genius. Even FaZe Rug the whole time is like, I would have loved to meet this person. Like that is crazy.
I watched another thing where this dude basically figured out, like when you meditate and all this shit, your heart rate and your breathing rate goes into this same rhythmic pattern as the pulsation of the electromagnetic field of the earth.
Yeah.
And you become one, and all this shit happens when you do that. But this dude had all these notes and all this, dug deep into it, and then he ended up this weird ass plane crash, of course. And then they went in and stole his notes and all this shit. But his wife had like the original shit, and then released it on a DVD, or not a DVD, but she taped herself years later, and I watched that, and that was crazy, man. The shit it's just crazy.
Well, if you vibrate, you can pass through objects, and every part of you has to vibrate, though. Mm-hmm. It would move your atoms from one place to another.
Well, that's what they all say. It's the higher vibration.
They say
the higher you vibrate, the more you're in a higher reality. Your
resonance.
Yeah.
The episode where they talk about people who walk through walls, they talk about that's how they did it. They said they would kind of like vibrate it. Well, if you think of that, you could travel through so many dimensions.
Well, that's kind of what that girl was saying. That she said that, like, to do that 20 and back, that they would go, but when you would come back, they'd put you in this thing and basically grab your body from another dimension from that same timeline, and then put your memory back in there, because obviously you done went 20 years and your body was 20 years older, but to bring you back to that point.
Wonder what happens to you then.
I don't know.
You just die. You done.
Yeah, as far as, she didn't really say how they discard the other body, or if there is one, or how that works. She just was like, they just like swap your consciousness, basically.
Yeah. Kind of like your soul. You know, they say that you have 3 identities. It's your name, what you feel you are, your body, and then like your soul.
And she was basically saying that you know, it is like Star Wars with all these different entities and creatures, and she been to all, you know, they started off on the moon base and then went to all the Venus and Saturn, and then she said they ended up last on Mars, or they did this other thing. She went way out, and then supposedly they made a ship that they make. It's a Leviathan. You know what that is?
Vaguely familiar.
Or no, not a Leviathan.
I know the term.
Leviathan. Is that what it is? It's like part. It's like a ship that's alive, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But they made it from her DNA or whatever. So she was the only one that could, like, communicate with it or whatever, and make it work and all this shit.
Yeah.
But she's, I forget where I was going with that, but
that's wild.
Yeah, she was, oh, that's right. She said she ended up, the last place she was Mars, and she said Mars is a shithole. Like, all these people, like, there's hardly any resources there for anything. They gotta, you know, make all the water, and everything's underground, of course, and there's like all these, kind of like, remember Total Recall?
Yeah.
She said it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But she goes, you can't leave shit sitting around. People, it'll get stolen, and that's just a thing. If you don't, you know, if you don't hold on to your bag or whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody up there's poor and barely living. Like, it's weird. And I'm thinking, like, well, damn.
We got entire other civilizations.
There's all these different.
They're not aliens.
Yeah. There's humans, alien, all these different.
Mixture.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like this.
What would be the
according
purpose?
To her, I don't know.
Yeah. My question for that would be, what would be the purpose of hiding all that if we have all this extra out there from us?
Because, like I said before, if they was to come out and say that we had that technology, and obviously they've had it for a long time, it would be a unrest, because the people couldn't. It ain't that the people couldn't handle the aliens or any of that. It's the fact that our government's been lying to us for all these years. That we could have free power, a whole different medical. We wouldn't even be suffering from these diseases and shit that's going on right now. That shit would be gone. There's all kinds of things and that's what I was saying. Until we make it to where they're not liable for the lies that they told us, they're never going to tell us.
Yeah. I think to stick up for the government per se, because I always do this. I play with this game of, like, is the government good or bad? Because, you know, what is the government? It's a big part of life and understanding.
I don't know, Gary.
Everything.
Why don't you try that and let us know how that works out?
What'd he say?
He said, so if I shove a vibrator up my ass and run down my throat, I'll be able to walk through walls, huh?
Well, damn! Well, I don't know why I gotta go that far, but yeah.
Get you them super D's in that bad boy. Get you in the good vibration mode.
Oh, man. If you
That's weird.
vibrate
come up.
hard enough underwater, could you theoretically create air bubbles and then just, like, survive in between the gaps if you synced it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You could. So that's also another dimension you could travel through, which is like syncing your resonance. That was something I was thinking about. I was also thinking about something wicked. I was thinking about how humans aren't from here. And all of knowledge kind of teaches us that in the first place. But if you look at trees, they're designed just like telephone poles are. Telephone poles, they come straight up out of the ground and they hang their arms out like this. Now they carry wires. Trees don't. Of course they don't. They're connected underground all the way through. We're connected underground too, but we have phone lines and whatever else that runs underground. In Europe, that all runs underground. They don't have any lines above ground, which is crazy to me too. The above ground wires, that kind of stands out as like man-made. I think there's a planet out there that's made out of technology, and that's the planet that we belong, because like we can use and manipulate technology, but we can't manipulate
the
nature.
Autobots.
Like we can build, and animals can manipulate nature.
Oh, that was another thing she said, that all these other inhabitable planets don't have shit for plants and animals. They have some, but they're very minimal.
This is a plants and animals
That's
Earth.
why we're so special in the whole entire universe. There's no other planet like ours.
We've invaded.
There's inhabited planets, and it's beauty in its own way.
But then
and I still think we're from here. I just think our DNA's been manipulated along the path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever.
I don't know. I'm on the fence with that, because like animals do have that certain frequency that taps into the world about the weather.
Aliens or the source, but we've definitely been manipulated.
Yeah, we're cut off from it. Whatever it is, we can't feel the shifts of the earth that we need to feel for spiritual reasons, according to Lot, and that's a big problem. That puts the government as the bad guy. So that's where we've really pointed everything to. That's why I try to understand it. Like, well, they're not necessarily doing that, but someone is. Someone's disrupting the resonance of the people, truly. And the government does have technology that's 20 years beyond us, 200 years beyond us probably, that they won't release. But my fight sticking up for the government is to say that they couldn't release that to the public unperfected, because if they did, it would be a weapon.
Oh, for sure. Even if they got it perfected, and that's
AI, I think they've had it for a long time, and because they wouldn't just release it to the public and be like, okay, here we go, because that is powerful. I mean, you and me know what it could do, so they know.
They've been using that shit for a long time,
right? So this other technology that they have is unstable, and that's why it hasn't been released.
I mean, clear back in the day when Bob Lazar was talking about, you know what I mean, back in the early 80s, working at Area 51, he said they had that machine that you had to put your hand on and all that bullshit. I mean, it's basically the same thing. That was the beginning stages or probably more than the beginning stages. They had that eye, retina scan, all that shit, you know what I mean? That's all AI technology.
All the, 80s movies, the depictions of Mars, kind of all happened at once. It was all this similar theme. They
tell you they always got to show you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they just showed it to you, right in front of you. That's the way it was, man. It's on your arm. You control ship by boop, boop, boop. There it is. You do that with a phone now. How can you not believe it now? It was there the whole time.
And that's the funny thing. Obviously, if there's life elsewhere, clearly that, you know what I mean? If we've got this technology with our dumbasses, something that's been around for a while, clearly, you know what I mean? And that's weird because at some point they did the same thing, which is really weird because you probably don't watch Star Trek, but there's on Star Trek, do you? Okay, so
I was agreeing with no.
There's a thing on there, a thing that they fight, and it's just their ship is a cube and it flies through space, and they just go to everywhere that's got any kind of life form, human bipedal life form.
Yeah.
They take it and assimilate it, make you like half computer, like a cyborg. This thing, and they just fly through the universe, snatching things up and assimilating them.
Remaking it out of like robotic parts.
Well, sort of like, I don't know, like half man, half like bionic eye and all this shit and tubes, and it's kind of weird. You'd have
okay.
You know, you'd have to kind of watch it.
Mutating them with machines.
Yeah, like a cyborg kind of a thing, and then they're all connected to one source. So if one thinks something or sees something, they all see it or hear it, or you know what I mean. It's like one swarm of things. So that's why they say resistance is futile. Assimilate, you know, we're gonna assimilate you. And 2 characters on the ship got done. The one, she's called 7 of 9, which they kidnapped her and started doing the thing on her, and they come and ended up saving her. But it's still, she can still hear them and know when they're around, and vice versa, and all this weird shit. And she's kind of like still got them part of her,
like that
them.
Sense.
Yeah, well, it's still in her or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Captain Picard, he had it somewhat done to him on one episode. But yeah, they just, my whole point in all that is clearly there's probably something like that out there. You know what I mean? Once it gets so to the point,
look what we've done with animals.
Where it's gonna say,
we've mutated animals.
If we do this for humans, it's going to make your life better. So we're going to simulate you, so everything's going to run peachy king and hunky dory. We're going to make it so you don't fight yourselves and do this dumb shit. You know, we're all going to be
chip in the flesh, machine merging with the flesh.
Right.
Maybe there's a machine planet and we're not part of it at all, and it's an invader right now.
Right. Well, that's exactly what that is.
Oh, okay.
And that's exactly what the Transformers are.
I mean,
their home planet was a machine planet.
You'd kind of have to get rid of like all metal and go back to Mars. What would you do?
What's that?
I mean, if there was a machine planet, they could technically just control any metal, right? I would think, yeah. Anything that has at least a brain.
See, that's where that laser technology comes in.
Yeah, I mean,
laser weapons. And speaking of, did you see that clip where they shot that Hellfire missile at that UFO?
I did see that. Yeah,
that's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, apparently the military has trauma.
Well, I was watching the court thing on it, and they were hounding them about it. And they were like, what? Put me on a spot, I'm not going to remember what the heck. But it was put out in open, that's what it is. And it wasn't discussed further. It's just like, oh, wait a minute.
You know what them Hellfire missiles are?
You had said before that they're just the solid,
they
bullet.
don't explode. They got these knives that come out of it and spin, and they just rip right through whatever it is. That's why when it hits, you see all that stuff, and it keeps on going.
Yeah.
Because the very first time I seen the clip, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that ain't no damn missile. I said, that thing kept on going or whatever. And then I think it was Casper's site I was watching, and he pulled up a video where they were showing what one of them was. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Maybe that
thing just rips and shreds right through whatever, and it tracks too, dude. It's like, that's a nasty little dude right there.
Maybe they've learned that like explosives will completely demolish it, so they just want to like injure it. So that's why they want to. But
hey, one day these suckers, I was even watching something about that they're getting pissed and they're going to come back and get their ships and their peoples that we got locked up, supposedly.
I mean, the theories are still standing that could be like government on government without them knowing it. Like, oops, wrong jurisdiction, my guy. You know, I wasn't supposed to be seen here. Like the CIA shooting the FBI or something. So it's always a possibility. I really don't know where I stand on it. It's still all so interesting to me. The fact that we haven't been back to the moon in 40 years. The fact that we don't tap in with the frequency of the Earth.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Or can we? Like if we were undeadened from our senses. They say our water has fluoride. Our food
All
has
that
this,
shit.
that. Yeah, all of that stuff. Just every day, you're dying, you're dying, you're dying. I mean, that's all you read anymore. It's just you're dying, you're going to die. Tomorrow's the day. Like, and so you just have to numb that sense out. Like, well, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna enjoy this cheeseburger. You know.
Right.
So, what would be what they're using to actually dead down that sense is uncontrollable. Everything that we have, our water, our food, we can't grow our own crops because there's no space that isn't military occupied that couldn't be dusted with some kind of serotonin.
Mm-hmm.
With the technology they have now, it's easily to think that they could track each individual one of us easily without ever having to have a device around you, just pinpointing. You have radar, you have echolocation.
It only took about 20 minutes for his comments to come up over there. They've been on my phone. He said I would.
I was wondering what you were looking at. I thought the government was messing with stuff.
I would try. And
they do that.
Probably are. He said I'd try it, but my butt would hurt because it was hemorrhoid. He said I would take it to. I'd like to be in 7 to 9 inches. I think is what he's talking about. That's disgusting.
What did we? Is this what you guys talk about at the garage sale?
Oh Christ, you don't even want to know.
No wonder
We'd be
people
locked
think
up.
you're gay.
We'd be locked up, son.
Oh man, that's funny.
Of course, you know Gary never showed up till 3 o'clock in the afternoon every day.
What time you usually shut it down?
About 5:36ish.
I would have been too late that day that I said I couldn't make it. I had literally just gotten into Bolivar. I was like, of course. I was like, all the days, man.
I was gonna text you earlier and I had forgotten, and because we was doing shit.
On a positive note, for the past 3 days, I've been up really early.
Me too.
And I'm happy about that.
Getting up at like 3:30 every night, going, oh my fucking arm, it's actually hurting like a son of a bitch right now.
I'm not doing that.
And
I
then
readjusted.
I get up. Then I get up at 3:30 and eat some aspirin, and then like I gotta sleep sitting up. Then man, it's a son of a bitch. But I'll be so tired by then that I sleep till about 7, and I gotta get up. Man, this does it every now and again. I don't know what it. I don't know. I guess it might just be stress, man. I got a lot of shit going on with no vehicle, and that's the biggest damn thing.
I don't know. Ask ChatGPT, like, what are some home remedies you could do for that? Like, slowly help it.
Shotgun shell.
That's not a slow remedy. That's a fast remedy. Imagine ChatGPT said that to you.
That'd be hilarious.
Just give up, dude.
Yeah, you're done.
It might start happening one day. That might be the polar shift. Where we're like, oh crap. Shut it off.
Who the hell was that saying that to me? I don't know if it was Larry or Gary was saying that these cats was running because I don't know, stupid ass Trump said something about don't eat Tylenol while you're pregnant. So these dumbass girls went out and started eating Tylenol. Oh, he said don't eat Tylenol while you're pregnant because it gives you autism. And just because it was him that said it, they want to do the opposite of what he says. So these dumbass pregnant girls are running around eating these Tylenols to prove that he's a dumbass. So I think it was the.
We'll find out in 9 months.
Well, no, the
what
was it? The Food and Drug somebody come out and said FDA. Like, yeah, it does cause. You know what I mean? You're not, or it didn't say it caused that, but they was like, no, it's not good to eat Tylenol while you're pregnant.
It could lead to that. It's one of those commercials that's like everything
why
is
would
happy.
You do that? I mean, what kind of sense do you have? Like, oh, I'm gonna show you. Are you nuts? Clearly you are.
I mean,
there's a lot of mental illness these days, man. And I think it all boils down to what you was just saying earlier. This food, man. It's like two things is going on: the food, and then with all these no dad in the house, to have no masculinity. All these young kids growing up being feminists because their moms are raising, feminized, which turns into all this other crazy shit. I mean, each to his own, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think certain shit's getting indoctrinated because of certain shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. The rebellion comes from, you get that from your
Christ.
parents. A lot of people take it way too far but with certain aspects, but you get the rebellion from your parents. Like, I don't want to be anything like you, and that is the point. And that is exactly what these females have in their mind. My ex was like this. She was, I don't want to say it was Biden. It was, maybe it was Biden. She was politically, like, out loud voting for the opposite side that my family voted for, and she was posting it all over Facebook. And my family didn't have a problem with that, like, personally, but they didn't want to engage in it. She was, like, being rebellious with it. And then even when she broke up with me, the rebellion she took towards me was, I would have liked her to do, like, nude photography, like OnlyFans, and get money, because we were on the road. We needed remote payment. I was doing YouTube. I was doing it. I was doing everything. She was not doing anything. So I was like, OnlyFans would be great, After we broke up, she started doing OnlyFans. That's the rebellion. She didn't even want to do it. And that's what I'm saying. It's just not necessarily even female. It can be male, because, like, my male rebellion was to not be anything like my dad, and I'm turning up a lot like him in the opposite way, in not good ways. So it's coming back to bite me. But yeah, there's a lot of feminism in the world, but I do believe that is probably from, like, media. Everybody pushing for rights when somebody else gets rights. Mm-hmm. And then it goes from there. Anybody who doesn't have rights wants to push for it. Eventually, we're going to push for, we've pushed for stuff that we don't even need, and we went way overboard with those things. And that's like, you shouldn't be allowed to do that, but you are allowed to do that. You shouldn't be allowed to post pictures of you threatening somebody else with a gun in a photo on Facebook. It gets by. It's not allowed, but it gets by. Shouldn't be allowed, but it does. Mm-hmm. You can't do that in public. But if you do, it's allowed. But if a cop comes by, it's not allowed. You know what I mean? So, yeah. The rebellion, my mind is getting mixed up too. It's interesting. Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep on track right now, folks. Because we're talking about so many UFO things. I think it's what it was. But so, my question for the government, if they really are listening, is why keep all that from us?
Money, money, money.
I don't think
all boils down to the money.
I don't think a lot of us could do a lot with it. I think it would separate us hardcore. I think the people who have knowledge would just take that and start fundamentally building their life. And the people who are left without the knowledge to do so, we're just left to die or just to watch. Because maybe even the whole colony would switch sides to, like, oh yeah, now we have to move over here, take our business.
You wouldn't have to worry about that because there's something for, not everybody is an artist. Not, like, if these smart sumbitches go to build something, you still got to have somebody clean the shit up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's where the dummies come along. Not to be funny, but
right.
You know what I mean?
If you're not
smart enough to elevate yourself to whatever it is, then guess where you're going to be left?
Yeah.
Down at the bottom of the barrel, scooping shit. I mean, it's just the laws of nature. Gary says it's not just the food.
Well, if, for example...
You're on the right track, huh?
Okay. I mean, we have an example we could talk about. There's a $20,000 drone that you can buy, that you can ride in. Yeah, it exists. And, like, this dude used it to jump into a pool. from high heights. And I'm like, what? That's mind-blowing to me. So if we were just to put the tech that we're not allowed to have, but to get through the ozone layer, to get to space, that dude would be able to get to space because he had $20,000. That's where we all fall down. I can name like a handful of people that would survive if you needed $20,000 to survive. Like all at once for a payment. I guess if you knew about it, you could save up for it and then achieve it, but then you're still where we are now. Save up and achieve it. It's not possible.
No, it's not.
It's not possible.
That's a lie.
When they keep budging that number up, as your number goes up, it's not possible.
The only way, there's no such thing as save up. You gotta, I mean, to a degree, you're not gonna like save up and retire. No, you're gonna save up a little bit and invest that and make that invest, and then boom, 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 boom. That's how that works. Now, if I'd have known that years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Because
my dad
I had no idea that
he taught me to
invest. What do you mean?
He thinks investments are worth more than money are. He said that's money that's never moving.
Right.
Yeah, that's how he explains it. He says, I have a house for $50,000. I could sell that and get $50,000. But as long as I have that, it's not going anywhere.
Right. He's got that asset.
Yeah, exactly. And I definitely learned from that.
That's exactly it. Assets. Dirt, gold, silver.
You know, it's stupid. I had a whole entire life put together. Not to make this about me or anything, but I was thinking about it because of the music I was writing recently. I had a whole entire life put together in these investments and assets that I had for myself that I just willingly sold off. Here you go. It's $20. This is $40.
Should be coming up at halftime here pretty directly.
I did all that to travel, and it's because you gotta shrink what you have, and I didn't want to hold on to anything or pay for storage, and I didn't have anywhere to store like vehicles or a king size bed or a hot tub, you know, stuff like that. And so all that was sold off. There was a lot of that too. Couches. When you put everything in a bus, what you're left with is what I had. Because I just dumbness. An entire life's worth of savings. My dad could do that if he was dumb, you know. He could go out and just give everything to a woman. God, please don't do that, Dad. It's not the woman's fault. It's the dad's fault for
Gary
giving it all
America.
out. It was my
fault. We all
fault.
have equal rights. Somebody's got to pick up the trash. Damn, I need another coffee.
It was my fault for doing it. I don't know.
What's that?
Giving it all away, doing it. You know.
I wasn't paying attention. I was reading.
I need coffee too. So if you are getting up, are we halftime?
Just about. Should be any minute now.
Dude, we got deep in conspiracy without halftime there. That was wild. I think we're back on track though. Now listen, I don't think the government is a good guy. I don't think it's a bad guy. I think it's a pawn in a big game that we just won't understand.
I agree with you. It's a pawn in a big game, but there's definitely more of bad guy than good guy in it. That's for sure.
I think the government is all about like the actual government, the corporation is all about the money.
Oh, sure.
Governing where the money goes. And so, yeah, they are a bad guy in that sense, but all these things that they're blaming extra on, not so much. You know, they don't have a hand. Like, I don't know. For example, like the UFOs. That might be Illuminati. That might be elite world leaders. That might be FBI.
Of course it is. It's
you know, that's not government. That's not government. Not really.
Yeah, but see, the when you get down to the government you're talking about, where you're talking about politicians, they're all corrupt too. They're all paid by these suckers you talking about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
they don't go in to being a governor making $100,000, $200,000 a year and come out millionaires. Come on, man. They don't make
that's
that.
just the benefit. I feel like.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I feel like
you're right.
there's some people in there
because they get paid.
Because even my dad, like the people you vote for, they are there to make a real change. They are good people
When they start. But once they get in there and realize how the system runs, and you're going to either go with the system or you're not going to go very far in the system.
That's interesting. I could
believe
go with
it that way.
I could
and
go with
there
that.
is a few that slip in there, you know what I mean? And they're like, they kind of bend a little bit, but then, you know, they got morals. And they're like, wait a minute. You know, hold on a minute. What's going on here?
Yeah.
And they're the ones that end up with holes in them. But
I don't know.
In my opinion, that's just
that
a
takes
theory.
us all back to the assassination attempt with Trump, and I was like,
all of them.
I don't know. It was a bit staged, but it did look like a fear tactic too.
You know, I don't know. There was people behind the dude that died, and I guarantee you, I don't care how good of a shot you are, I am not going to let you shoot me and skim my ear. Or what they said, maybe he did it with his hand when he reached up, but there's no way I'm going to let somebody shoot somebody right beside me. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that chance. I'm not going to set that scene up.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. This is it right here, kids.
What?
We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you
We
that
gotta
on
use the
air.
bathroom, and we'll continue that conversation.
We should be
Get
having a
some owl.
brief intermission in our future presentation.
We should release a
rate snacks and light refreshments at the front bar, hookers and cocaine in the back room. I know where I'll be. The second half of our program will begin momentarily, a little darker, slightly more sinister. Good times for all. Thank you and good night.
Alright, Dan.
Yo, yo,
Oh,
yo.
shit, I forgot to turn this.
Welcome back to the show.
Damn.
I just bumped my nose with the microphone.
How you guys like that setup for I don't know. We got him some lightage.
Sick.
Yeah, boy.
Gary said, Alex, you fucking rock.
He does, mate. He does. He puts a rock on.
I read it off the comments, so I don't have to pay a quarter. Man, we really hadn't had to worry about that too much with every guest that came on.
Well, I mean, the problem with it was always me paying for them guys, and I got tired of that shit. I can't afford to pay because they're cussing. Oh, I didn't bring no quarters. Oh, okay. I'll get back. I'll get you back, but they don't ever get me back. So then I'm the one owing this damn.
I just noticed that like the guests that we had on recently haven't really dropped the F-bomb.
No,
like
not
I
really.
noticed that they'll say every other cuss word but the F word, and I don't know why. There's no rule that states that, you know. It just didn't happen, and I was like, I never had to mention it. But when they talk about the pig, I want to say it. And then you have to bring up that all
fat fucking pig.
Yeah. Oh man. We checked out Haley Hade's music video, by the way, and it's pretty legit. That's that studio up in Cleveland, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
She still never messaged me.
Oh yeah.
I try to message a few people.
I ain't even been on.
Just doing a bunch of
Had
music.
a buddy pass away the other day. There's the guys from Classic Drive, the singer and guitar player, is their cousin, Brian Bertram.
I'm sorry to hear that. And there's a lot.
She then says she's just busy. That's why she ain't text you back. She don't like your crack ass anyway. Yeah.
Personally, I haven't been through that chapter too closely in my life yet, which is death. And my mom died in a house right underneath me, but I was sleeping. I was woken up, announced she's dead. You know, it was already gone over with. Right. My grandma and grandpa the same way. My grandpa, I think, was in the hospital, and my grandma was at home. My aunts, you know, I've witnessed it a lot. But the actual occurrence of it happening and devastating my life hasn't occurred. Like, my mom dying was very devastating, but I was also young. I mean, that was 10 years ago. I was early 20s, maybe not even in my 20s yet. Like, just getting out of high school. So my whole life wasn't ready for that chapter, and that chapter was without. So I don't know what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I was to like lose my dad, I think about it often because he's old. And sorry, Dad.
Well, I mean, time is coming.
80 years old. That's he's an impressive feat.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think about it often, and that would dramatically affect me, man. I mean, dramatically. Same thing with like my dog. My dog is on his last limb, and for a while I've just held on to this thing.
I had to put my two last dogs asleep, but the one prior to the last one was, man, I had her for 21 years, dude, and she just finally, her hips gave out. That was the last thing I wanted to do, is have to put her to sleep, and I had to. I was, devastated, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there with this one. He day on, day off. And one day it's really, really bad.
Right. To
the point where I'm like screaming at him, just go already. Like, you're annoying me. I don't know what to do for you. I want to do something, but I can't. And if I wanted to, I couldn't afford it, and they probably wouldn't help you. You know? So the only thing I could do is the alternative. Put you down. And I can't muster that yet. I don't know.
Well, there comes a time when, you know, their suffering is overwhelming.
And I'll know when that.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I mean. Like, some days It is.
My dog, she was shitting on herself and everything else, and she couldn't get up. So I was like, well, that's about it now.
He does this thing where he'll just kick his back legs out entirely and body slam the ground and crawl and then try to get back up. And it's not like a dragging my pee-pee across the floor type thing. He's not dragging.
Right,
he's falling and then struggling to get back up.
His legs back up.
He's been doing it for a while.
Which I'm not laughing at him on that aspect. It was just...
I know, it's funny.
The visual was kind of cartoonish the way you said it.
It is. And it's awful because he's kind of blind, so he runs into things. He's more of a danger to himself without me being around to take care of him. And so it's also like a struggle for me too.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, because it's like taking care of an old person. What's up, Otto?
I feel like that's where the turning point comes in. I feel like that's the life lesson I'm kind of getting
it's like
to.
Wednesday is bowling night now. You should get to bowling alley to play it.
I just burned my eye.
We talk too crazy for public.
It's because it was all glitching out and shit.
Killing me, bro.
I know. Late to the party. Better late than never. Fashionably on time, as they would say.
Gary, back when before we went on break, he says, I don't believe it was staged. I believe the good Lord had him turn his head just in the nick of time.
I seen that. I'm not saying that's what I believe, because I could easily believe that it was some dumb kid who was preaching on beliefs that somebody put in his head. It was just a mistake. But how freak of an accident that it was, and being the state it was, he needed that. He needed that for his boost, his political boost. And that was very evident. And a lot of people even seen that coming. They talked about he's going to get shot. He's going to get shot. It was leading up to it. It was all put in the story. And what I've learned through history is that they stage everything. Mm-hmm. And it comes out way later in life. And it feels real at the time. And it's sad. It's not something to joke about. I mean, look at 9/11. That's nothing to joke about. But look at the evidence behind that. There is a staggering amount.
Right. Overwhelming.
They're still in court for it.
Well, I mean...
Probably not. I
don't even want to go down that path. If you still think that wasn't an inside job, you're out of your fucking mind. That's all I can say. And I must be out of mine, because all I know is I watched a lot of crazy shit. And one of the crazy shits that I watched several times and was demolition buildings. Yeah. You know what I mean? And dude, don't tell me that wasn't demo. It was demoed for sure, dude. Like,
well, whatever was happening at the time, they needed that.
Jet fuel don't get hot enough to melt steel like they said it does. It just doesn't.
They needed that reason to retaliate.
Behind it all, it's impossible.
They came up with a story to retaliate, is what it was. It's like me saying... I don't even
think it was a retaliation. I think it was a lie to begin with.
Yeah, it's like me going out and saying KP come to my house and was shooting at me.
There was more involved, like
it would incite
opium fields and shit like that.
It would incite all kinds of violence. People would react on the response, and it never happened, and nobody can prove it. That is what it's like. It would give the reason for retaliation. So if they wanted to go somewhere and get in or bomb it, and they couldn't, there was no reason to do that. Well, now there's your reason.
Well, it was the reason to go over there and do whatever they wanted to do because, they attacked us or whatever. But the biggest reason was to start the Patriot Act. That was the start of all this nonsense that's going on now that they're trying to pull over our faces, all this bullshit.
Oh, okay.
All this Bitcoin and one world government and blah, blah, blah. That was the start of all that.
Oh, you think so?
Hell yeah.
Taking out those
because all
people.
They got to do is go, you know what? I think SeAth is a terrorist. Now they can come bust your door down and come in there with no search warrant or nothing because, well, they think SeAth's a terrorist, man. Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we didn't find nothing. Oops.
If you
You know what I mean?
if you go to the
Like-
nursery home and you don't have anybody in your family to contact, and you have no way of getting back to your house, if you pay all your bills, everything is on in your house, and your house is unmaintained by the yard, at a certain point, the city is allowed to come by and just say, this house is improper for living situations, and demolish your house.
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody it happened to personally, that they're still alive, as far as we know, in the nursery home, and their house is gone. And they found out about it like 2 weeks after they were in there. Probably not 2 weeks after they were in there, but it was 2 weeks after the house was demolished is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wild. They could just do that. They could just...
Well, see, back in the day, what they would do was just lock you up. And remember, like in the 50s, and 40s, 50s, and 60s, they was at one point in time they built a shitload of these asylums. And they was sending people there and getting shock treatments and lobotomized, dude, for saying shit like, oh, I seen a UFO or I was abducted. You know what I mean? They'd send them in there and lobotomize these cats, dude. How many people got that done to them that really had shit done to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Government shit and everything else. They're all, oh, they know too much. Let's lobotomize them. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Either that or they were like genuinely curious. If they did know something, they wanted to extract it out. They wanted to find out.
All that too.
And at a certain point, they were probably like, we're taking too many casualties for people just talking crap.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was, anything that you would go against the normal grain of things, they'd lock your ass up, dude, and start shocking you and pumping you with drugs. I forget what the hell I was saying. The one thing, this lady was, I think it was, I was watching Roseanne Barr's podcast that had Jim Brewer on there, and they was talking about Dave Chappelle. You don't know who Roseanne Barr is?
Roseanne?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, her and
Okay.
Jim Brewer.
No.
Dude was on Half Baked, the white dude.
Oh, okay.
So, damn, you made me lose my thought. They was, what was I talking about? Damn you.
They was on that show and they was really getting into it.
She was
Roseanne.
talking about when she was 16 years old, she had something happen to her and they sent her on in to the thing, and she was saying that even back then they was shocking these, and she said there was this one girl that moved real slow and she'd go all the way over to the door and turn around and come back, and it would take her a long ass time to do this, and she'd do it all day long, just back and forth, but real slow. And she said that one day she was almost, not quite running, but getting it and screaming and hollering and shit, and they come in and got her, took her away, brought her back real slow.
The medicine, yeah.
You
I
know
mean,
what I
that's
mean?
the
It's
medicine. They got movies about that where they heavily medicate people and keep them in for certain reasons. I mean, you could make a sane person insane just with medications and slipping it secretly.
Yeah, and even Otto said, where's the plane parts from the Pentagon? And all I can say about that one is if you watch that one video clip of the parking lot camera and you think that's a plane that goes flying by, you need some glasses, bro. You need something, because that ain't no plane. That's a rocket any day of the week, dude. That thing, get out of here, man. As fast as that was going, dude, shit, that ain't no plane. It wasn't as big as a plane, and that thing was hauling ass, bro. There's no way. I don't buy that for a minute on that deal. Plain my ass.
There's a lot of insider business there. I don't know if you could necessarily say like it's all government, but it definitely feels oriented. It's very terrorist. No matter what, it's a threat. Yeah. No matter what.
That was an inside threat.
It's the same threat that is able to do this type of thing where they change the rules and they say what can and can't be. Ever since the beginning, they were able to truly say what can and can't be if they wanted to. There's just no reason to step in. You know, I guess there's bigger business that they're dealing with, alien contracts or something.
Oh, there's all kind. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
I watch crazy shit. If half of what I've seen's real, nothing's real. Shit, we're living in a serious illusion, man. It's nuts.
It is wild. I haven't read any of these comments at all. Gary said, not only did Bush have a problem with our friends in the West, the buildings were full of asbestos, and one of the biggest billionaires in politics happened to own them. Oh, well, there was a bunch of, like, important people themselves in that building. Like, all at once. That was like a Titanic job.
And there was records of things, too, I hear tell.
There's another conspiracy. Titanic.
Well, they brought that other building, like Building 9, down too. It was ill-related to that shit, and
yeah,
I've actually heard like somebody's like video recording of them, the dude's like, yeah, bring Building 9 down, bring it down, or whatever, and saying.
I saw,
and that was supposedly
like
had a bunch of like records or some kind of information in it that wasn't supposed to get out.
I can't remember what I watched. I'm almost certain it was Y-Files, but it was talking about the third building that nobody talked about that was there. It wasn't.
Yeah, I think that was at Building 9.
Yeah, probably. I can't, for some reason, I can't remember anything about it right now. Not a thing.
I think that's what I'm talking about.
Dang, Otto says he lost a friend, Todd Weaver, in the 9/11. That's rough, man.
It's crazy. I was watching a thing too where the dude was saying how like when they first got hit and they was sitting there smoking and all that shit, and those people above all that was hanging out the windows with them t-shirts and rags and all that shit.
Yeah.
This dude was saying if that shit was hot enough to melt that building to make it fall,
they wouldn't have been able to get close to it.
Exactly. He goes, the heat rises. How the hell was them people even alive?
Yeah.
He goes, that should have instantly tore them up, gone. There shouldn't have been no top of the building left.
I get if they got it from the same fire, then yeah. If it's a different fire, then no. It would be different chemical. But I guess it would have to be from the same fire.
Well, yeah.
That's nuts.
I've even heard a conspiracy of the actual planes that they said that hit wasn't those. That I've seen supposedly these overlays where they was like just regular black jets or whatever, and then I heard that was overlaid from the media, that it was some missiles, and I was like, damn, I still think it was planes because I've seen like actual video footage of people on the streets, which I thought that was weird too. The one thing that I always thought was weird about that is how many cameras, even the first one, was actually pointed at that building when that happened. A lot, dude. There was a lot of footage, but it got scrubbed and taken down and hushed. But when that first happened, dude, there was a lot of footage of that first one. Yeah. And I was like, damn, why was all them cameras? I mean, I guess they probably hear it coming in, but it was like most of them seemed like they was already pointed at it, and they just boom, you know what I mean? They showed it coming in. But I don't know. But I did see, like, about a month ago, I watched this one where this dude was running through the streets with the old school video camera, dude, when it was going down. So I was like, that's crazy.
Oh wow, I don't know if I've seen that one. I've seen quite a few. The most convincing one, and I think the only one I really need to see, was that demolition one. I mean, that was, you can put the two beside each other.
Oh yeah, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, it was a demolition, but it doesn't put it by me that they would waste a plane. Like they would either.
Oh, well, you got to give that illusion.
Yeah, so you could spend millions of dollars for a distraction. Yeah, I mean, they bomb places and then they rebuild it.
A plane ain't $1 million. Right. Well, maybe, but
yeah, but
but that's peanuts for what they're doing.
So I don't know.
Chump change.
All that is still very wild and unexplained. There's a lot of factors in there. Who is in the plane? Was anybody important in the plane? We talk a lot about. And I personally talk about the people in the building a lot with other people. I never talk about the people in the plane. I never really think about it. But that's a select group, and those people you would think would have stood out to say something, like the families of them or something, some kind of record.
Oh, I think they did.
It'd be interesting to look up. I just saw a video where there's this guy talking about his story of how he climbed down the towers when it happened, and it was like a historical thing because he was really high and everything. And I didn't watch it though.
That'd be interesting. How the hell did he do that?
I'm gonna watch it now just to see what he says about like what it was like. If he was inside, he wouldn't have witnessed anything different than what we would have. An explosion, and that's what we were told it was.
Right.
And so, I don't know what kind of evidence I'll find in that, but it'd still be crazy to hear that story. Man, what else are you gonna do?
And then I've heard several, or not heard, but watched several different things where there were several different witnesses that said that there was, explosions after the planes hit and all that stuff.
Oh, there's no following explosions?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. After the planes hit, there was more explosions and all this other shit going on.
Oh, yeah, that's what they say. Okay, I remember that. And then, like, the whole Maui incident that happened, that a lot of people try to say is lasers. There's a lot of evidence against that, a lot of evidence for that.
Yeah, that one, that's a tricky one too. But
the blue roofs, everybody needs to look into the blue roofs because, according to what I found, it looks fake. It looks like that was a story they came up with just to roll on. But there is a survivor from the whole thing. He got in the ditch in the water at the time, and he said he could see the thing go above it. And he said they were shutting down the roadways. He said
the water.
He didn't know if it was a laser or what it was, but whatever it was like a sweeping motion of just destruction and flame, like a wall of fire. If he would have stuck his head out, he'd have been dead. And they were shutting down the roads for it to get in. And,
get out, too.
Yeah, to get out.
They trapped these cats in there, too.
They turned
Shut the water off.
The alerts off. There was no notifications for it.
Yeah, that shit that's a whole weird situation there, boy.
It's massive. Exactly. And so there are all kinds of things that aren't talked about to the fullest extent. There's definitely powers in play that nobody will know what they are. But I get so mixed up in thinking about it that I'm just like, oh well, aliens will come one day and it'll be cool. AI will take over and hopefully I'm its friend because I said thank you on chat.
Thank you, Chat GPT.
Even when the service line calls me, you can hang up now, but if you'd like to stay online for the survey, sure, I'll stay. I'm going to be really nice to you, Wally.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, dude. There's just too many things to say that could be.
I still think, though, these people are ordering these robots and shit. It is going to be that one day. These things are going to wake up, and one day their eyes are going to go blue to red, and we're going to be in a world of shit. Terminator is here. We're going to be fighting robots, man. And they're going to be kicking our asses.
AI and a self-thinking machine that can move or has mobility or has the ability to morph even. Like, if metal had a conscious...
We'll have to figure out how to make those EMP guns.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way to take them out.
If metal had a conscious, it would be like Transformers and could bend. So if that TV had a conscious and it was able to, without unplugging from like its life source, to break itself and bend, and it could, that would be some wild stuff. Like the EMP, that would stop that, I guess. But like just thinking about that.
I think the military, according to another thing I watched, they got them suits now. Woo! Excuse me, they're kind of like that.
That would be the only other thing that would be a threat. Would be the machines they make
and all
now.
This shit. It's like a
the dogs
something suit they put on, and it
the drones
works with their body and all this shit, and it's bulletproof. And
I think exomorph.
Yeah,
is what it's
exo
called.
something, yeah.
Exosuits, yeah. Just like what they have in Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Exosuits. They have jetpacks on there, and they're like realistically simulated. And those games are based off of things that could happen or should have happened. They have dug into the zombies on that. Man, you gotta watch a Call of Duty Zombies series. They're so crazy and they're so true. Everything that they said in history on the like zombie story is true, but it leads to these events that they don't tell you about, and that's the part you get to play in the game. So cool, dude.
So I was watching this thing where they was talking about they're genetically modifying humans and making them, you know, better than what we are and all this other shit and in the mind, and also making them immune to this certain virus. And then once they get the army of what they need, they're going to release this virus and it's going to kill all of us off, and then they're going to start over with this whole new human species. It's like
The
elevated
imperfects.
above us. Yeah,
Yeah. The
I was
plague.
like, that's crazy as hell.
And you could easily play something like that off too. The plague. It's a biblical event.
Well, just like they did. I mean, also all they got to do is throw another one of them out there real quick. Boom.
yeah.
There you go. That was easy.
They have a whole Wi-Fi
They shut down the
episode
whole
on that.
world, bro. So, you know, come on, man.
They're talking about they don't do it right away. They slowly make it so you're immune to diseases and you're more powerful, and you could live and learn experiences within a matter of seconds, like program experiences. Like you want a vacation on the beach, boop, you're there. You know, just like a click of a button. It's not Total Recall.
Damn.
Demolition Man, is that a futuristic movie where he has
Well,
he
I
has
missed a
sex
whole
with
bunch
that woman in virtual reality, and he's like he's a man from from like the 80s. And he doesn't understand what's going on, and he's like, what the heck is this? He throws it off. Is that Demolition Man? I think so. But yeah, that you program the experience. In that one, they didn't necessarily have it programmed. They just had it so you could live it through a screen, which is what we do now. Welcome to it. They were like, that's weird. Now they've had FaceTime sex for like ever. There's a whole term for that. I'm trying to think of what it's called. But yeah. And then you could program education within a matter of seconds. I want to know how to craft a cup. I have no idea. Here is an article that has a download. Boop. Oh, now I know how.
Clay.
Yeah, now I know how. It's just been installed in me. That's an immediate thing, but they could build on that slowly, and that Wi-Files was like what that was. They slowly started doing that, and then at that point, if you didn't want to get the next step, you were considered imperfect, and you're not allowed in the perfect society.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're talking about with this Neuralink shit coming up here.
Yeah.
They're gonna do. That's exactly what this thing she was talking about. That she was like, "Yep." They was talking about Bible prophecy. So if you don't get this chip, then it's gonna be like the same kind of. If you didn't get the jab,
Yeah.
they was like, "Oh, you're killing." You know what I mean? It's going to be the same thing. If you don't get that chip, you're going to be
The mark of the beast.
shunned away. Like, oh, you're a turd because you don't want to be like us.
And that's why people were scared of it in the
No, I
first
do
place.
not want a question mark on my belly.
My
Or a
brother,
star.
my
mark.
blood brother from my dad's side, it wasn't my mom.
Dr. Seuss reference for y'all.
He really never comes to visit the family,
Yeah, he
but
is.
we've been closer with that.
Well, there's old Mike Gately
Particular
out
brother.
there. What's up, y'all?
Well, anyways, during the pandemic and the whole thing, my dad was having his annual Christmas dinner. Well, he didn't want to come because we weren't vaccinated. And it made my dad cry. It got to like that
shit
point.
is crazy.
So me and my brother were sitting there. Cause I got emotional. I'm like, who the hell are you, dude? You never even.
But
Yeah.
they lied about it so bad they had people freaked out, and that was the whole plan.
And this guy was he works high up. He gets paid a lot. He has a $200,000 house. He went through lots of college. He's not dumb, but he was totally gullible for that.
I know a lot of cats was.
I'm gonna die if I touch you. I'm gonna have the disinfectant spray.
Right.
That's how I feel like he was with that mannerism of him not wanting to come to a family dinner at a public restaurant.
Right. What killed me is the mask thing. Like, that mask didn't do shit.
And at a
if
restaurant,
anybody
it was
knows
really
what
useless.
parts per million is, that thing ain't do nothing. Now,
it made you
if
sicker.
you're sick and you're wearing it, yeah, it's gonna hold it in. But if this dude's walking by and he coughs, for one thing, it's gonna get through that mask. Two, you ain't got your eyeballs covered up.
Well, you know, if
it's
you
gonna
touch
hit your
something,
eyeballs or anywhere.
yeah, if you touch an infected surface, the only way you can get infected is if they say you touch your face. I say no. I say it absorbs through the skin,
Yeah.
and then you're breathing it out your mouth.
And everything else.
You're recycling it. I think it was more harmful than it was good intentionally. I think it was like to make us sicker. I think it somehow did. And
it sure
there are
did.
conspiracies about like the little strips in those that they didn't have before. And you know, my dad is a used furniture salesman, but he deals with like the new mattress firms. And they are saying that they can't make mattresses anymore because they're making so many face masks. That's the material they need to make them.
No shit.
Yeah, it was that wild. I'm like, dude. And then...
And you know what's wild about that? I've seen, out when I was out scrapping, I've seen dumpsters full of masks. Dumpsters full of masks that, you know, people just end up throwing them away.
Man.
There goes your bed.
Those little plastic ones, I couldn't stand those. I ended up getting my own, and I never washed it. It got so dirty. I'm like, man, if I do get sick, it's because of my own germs.
Now, when I say they lied, I'm not going to say that virus wasn't real and people didn't succumb to death upon it. That was real. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But all that extra doings, all that hype and all that, it wasn't. You know what I mean? When
the
you looked
panic
at the
made
numbers,
it spread.
They fudged the numbers so bad that it was ridiculous. It wasn't nowhere near
It was already
what
a problem.
they were saying.
And the panic made it spread.
And the ones that was people that already had conditions in the first place. Some sort of something.
It was targeted towards people that weren't fit for like survival. Like
the ones that were bleeding the system.
Yeah.
Think about it.
When I went to work for Miller Company, there was like a handful of employees in this establishment, and it was the size of Walmart. And they were hiring me in as
Gary.
route manager. And I'm like, I'm a driver. I have no experience with none of this. They didn't even have the people who knew how to run the machines to actually plan a route. The supervisor, I guess he didn't even want to try. It's not his job. So when I came in, I downloaded an app on my phone that could manage my routes, and I started managing my route and manage other people's routes. And I was like, big shot. I'm like, why is this not here? He's like, well, when the pandemic hit, we lost everyone. And they were talking like personal experiences, and they were scared themselves to die, because there was people there that had died because they were there for so long from that seniority. That place was like full of those type of people.
Could you imagine? And I know people that this happened to on both sides, that like their loved ones was passing away and they wouldn't let them in the room. You know what I mean? This person had to die alone in the room.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Man, there was all kinds of that shit going on.
I know when you...
That was bullshit, man. What difference does it make? This person's on their way out. They ain't gonna catch it. If they catch it, who cares?
Yeah, no, that's weird. It's just as weird as when my nephew went to go get the scan for being pregnant, ultrasound. He wasn't allowed in the room.
And then, like Gary said, there was a lot of people that had to take the jab because if not, they would lose their jobs. Which that was completely against
all protocols.
Yeah, dude. Like That was illegal. I'm pretty sure. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know.
At one point,
scam.
the whole entire media kind of told us to take it into your own hands, deal with it as your discretion. So we were dealt with whoever was running that establishment or that county.
Is when it got to the point where they was trying to pay you to take that thing, I was like, nah, you motherfuckers is bullshit. Now you'll never pay somebody to do something unless it's absolutely 100% bad for you. I was like, I wasn't with it when they started. I was like,
you know they did something bad to us.
I don't do the flu shots because I did a flu shot one time in my life years ago, and that son of a bitch made me so sick, dude. For like 3 days, I was deadly sick, and I'm like, why the hell do I need to get a flu shot to get super sick? I just get the flu and get sick. The hell with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what it is.
I never
it's speeding up the process.
Well, piss on that. I never got another one again, and I've been all right. And I didn't get the jab neither. And I had that. I think I had the virus 3 times. And the first time, the girlfriend I had at the time worked in the hospital, and she brought it home, and we had it in February before they knew what it was. And I was laying at home dying, bro. Like, I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, what the and then I think it was March or
that's before it was public
April.
news.
Then they come out and was like, oh my God, and they all shut everything down and all this shit. And what was cool about that? Well, it wasn't cool, but for me, I was a maintenance man for apartments, so I got to go out. I wasn't locked down, dude. Dude, it was wild to go to work in the morning down 77. They're in a fucking car on the highway, dude. It was just like, it was so how you say that? Apocalyptic or whatever that is. It was crazy, dude. Every day I had to go out to Fitzpatrick office in the morning. When you know what I mean, be there at 8 o'clock to get our work orders or whatever, to find out whose shit's leaking and all this or that or whatever, to go fix shit. But that was a whole nother thing. Then you'd have to, dress in a damn fucking hazmat suit to go in and fix shit. But yeah, that was nuts, man. To drive around and like nobody out, man. Nobody. It was like only the very minimal people, and it was just nuts, man. I loved it, actually. I was like, oh, no traffic, no assholes, no idiots. Oh my God, I was in heaven.
I guess I didn't notice too much of that. I worked at ABL, which was right up, actually like halfway between me and you. From here, it's on the corner of that 62 exit up there. Mm-hmm. And so it wasn't far, but I drove everywhere in that truck. But when I drove early in the morning, I was working, and I normally didn't drive early in the morning, so I guess that's why I didn't see a real difference. But it definitely was empty compared to now. Oh my gosh, now it's insane, and it's only getting more insane by the day. But the places, though, that's where you notice that you walk in, you could hear the doorbell like a mile because it just echoed. There's no one in there.
Right.
Mark's was the worst of everyone I went to. I delivered to like gas stations, other establishments that I can't think of the names because they're not that big. But Mark's was a big one we had. And they were the worst because they put your mask on. I mean, before you even walk in the door, they were like staring at you and better put it on.
Right.
And then they wanted to count everything.
Some bitches made me claustrophobic.
It took forever. Yeah, and then you gotta put your hands, and most of the people back there, they'll have a mask on, and they'll either take it half off, or they'll have no gloves on.
And that was the whole thing. So you got this mask on, but this sick son of a bitch just come in and touch the door, and he like, if you're at the store, he done touched every package of meat and the macaroni and cheese and the spaghetti sauce, looking at that shit and putting it back, and then you come and you touch it. And like you said, it's too late. Once you touched it, it's done.
Another point I wanted to bring up.
I think that's how I got it the second time, was off of a shopping cart or something weird like that.
I mean, that's possible. Yeah, when you take your mask off to do anything, and then you put it back on, you're putting your hand. You done touched it.
You done right.
You're
right
putting
there.
your hand closer to your face.
Well, like I said, even
for
that,
no reason.
Even with the mask on,
And you're
it was
itching
also
it.
airborne, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Or even like you said, if you even touched your face or whatever.
It was it was a big reason for you to touch your face, and I feel like that's why it was so widespread. I feel like that was a big
And the
part
fact
of it.
that they had to keep telling people over and over and over to wash their hands is just freaking beyond me. Like, really? Oh, I have to wash my hands after I use the bathroom? You don't?
Wash your hands, you dirty animals. Wash your hands. That was a biblical sense. Just wash your hands of whatever sin it was. It was a what is it called? A
Gary
ritual
said after.
sacrifice.
Yeah, he said I got my get my flu shot every year, but after the first flu shot, never get sick again when you get it. Been doing it for 20 years. Not me, buddy.
The flu shot, it's just like I said, it's the expedited process of getting the flu. You just get it, give it to yourself, and then you become immune to it.
Right.
If only, well, I guess there is steroids. I was gonna say a drug for like strength and endurance and stuff, but steroids, if you use it correctly.
We had this
Does that really create strength?
lady on here that used to do, well, she probably still does, this juice you drink to help your guts and all that and help clean you out. Now she's been advertising this patch thing, and it's this neuro deal, like you know, this video I was looking at earlier had this old lady that had a walker and shit sitting in a chair, put that patch on, the lady standing right up. I mean, it like instantly. Right now, a dude said it's faster than Wi-Fi.
That's like watching.
These people are hurting and shit, and it's like instant takes your shit.
That's like watching church. You're saved.
Yeah,
I don't know if I believe that.
Dude,
that's crazy.
Now, I was like, I don't know, but she wouldn't be lying about it. She, you know what I mean?
Did you happen to see Tyler Oliveira investigating the churches, the corrupt churches?
I feel like I did, but I'm not sure.
That was wild. That Joel guy. Is his last name
and we out of
Epstein?
here.
Maybe not.
What is
But
it?
the guy on the church channel, Joel, and the other one, they're famous on TV. The information that they had on them, they were like, nah, get out. It was angry and like violent, and it just that's massive TV. That's massive corporations. I don't know. Then there's the whole idea that all religion.
Otto said, I'm like you, F that flu shot.
Yeah. Well, I never got it. My family never got it. We all were scared of it, honestly.
Gary said it was great for fishing. There wasn't nobody out there.
But if you think about the flu shot.
I did like that 6 foot stay away from me, too. I wish they still had that in place. I didn't like people breathing all up on me when I'm in line and shit. I hate that, man.
Yeah.
Somebody all up on your shit. Get away from me, dude.
I agree with that 100%.
Because I don't even do that. I still stay at least like 3 feet away from somebody to 4 feet. I don't know. Because they stankin' ass too. I don't know what the hell kind of bed bugs or shit about to jump off them in front of me or behind me.
They got a 6-foot rule for a pandemic, but India, they have a high problem of pickpocketers, but they don't have that law anywhere. You ever used their trains?
Man.
Their trains like bodies on bodies.
Oh, I know.
So
they be hanging out of them and shit while it's going down the tracks. That shit is nuts.
Yeah, nuts.
If you ever watch Ice Road Truckers, they went down there or wherever in the mountains to go up through there, and the one dude never even made it out of the city. He got in like 3 wrecks, dude. And when he they swarmed, dude. He thought he almost thought they was about to drag him out of his truck and kill him and shit because he's an American, you know what I mean? They're talking all this shit, and he's like, he didn't even get to where they start the show to start driving truck. He said, "Fuck this, I'm out." He quit. He went right back to the United States. It was the old Christian dude with the cowboy hat. I don't know if you ever watched any of that shit, but Yeah.
As a snow truck driver?
Well, the ice road truckers, they
road
drive the trucks on the ice roads up in Alaska and all that shit.
Oh, okay.
But then they did like so many seasons of that. Well, then they decided to spread it out. They did like one in the Andes Mountains where it might have been that one. I mean, dude, it's crazy the roads these dudes way
the
up there.
Traffic and the people.
Oh, they're up in these mountains and there's barely enough room for a truck to go through these curves and up through. And these dudes are like, it's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
And it's like going up these mountains. They call them switchbacks, man. And they're fucking nuts over there, dude. Like, ain't no way. There's so many people, and it's nasty over there. They're disgusting. Like, oh man, ugh.
You know, and people don't spread out. That's what, like.
Well, over there they're spread out, but there's no more room. They done took up all the land, dude. Because even when they was like out from the city, like the one dude, the young bald guy, he would pull over. He'd like be in the city and he'd buy like a bunch of candy and like watermelons and shit. And when he would get out there, out like towards the woods or whatever you want to, rural areas, there would still be people in these like tarp tents and shit everywhere. And he'd pull over and these kids would come running. He'd give them, you know, food and candy and shit. Yeah. It was nuts, dude. Nuts.
I don't know. I was just thinking about like the idea of traveling away to separate the congestion of too many people as a civilization. It's not easy to do because I don't know how their rules apply, but with us, no one can afford it. We wouldn't have gang violence if we didn't have gangs. You know, like these people live within a neighborhood or two of these other people who they have beef with or who they stick with. If you were spread out and you could only go see the people that you wanted to see and you didn't have to bother with these other neighbors that are, you know, right there or whatever. Social media has made that even more further, but nobody that's living way out in the world, living their own life, just like gaining
no
all
chaos,
their stuff.
Right.
There's no
the cities
reason.
are designed for chaos. Think about it.
You're pushed in there, and you're not. There's no way to
There's
get
people
out.
on top of people.
It's
everything.
congested.
Right.
Yeah. If you could pull that apart, you'd separate it. Like a 6-foot distance rule goes a really long way. It's crazy. I was just thinking about that whole concept, especially with like crime and gangs specifically. I was like, well, yeah. There's no reason to go out of your way to do that. You would have to go super far. You would have to trust that you can make it back on a super far trip. There's all kinds of extra things that you'd have to go through. That's why you don't hear about it or see it. If you do hear it, it's about like maybe mudding turf with like rednecks and stuff. The hunting turf, that's real. I mean, poaching territory, you still have that. But that is minimal and it's widespread. So there's not a lot. It's not congested, put in there. It's kind of offbeat. If you're in poaching territory, you're on the back roads.
Oh, for sure.
So.
Well, you could probably do it here. I could poach if I wanted to. Poach me some deer.
I guess so.
Yeah, I got deer in my front yard. What do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're not allowed to just like shoot them out in public, are you?
Why not? I mean, technically, because I'm in a township, I think I could, but not really. I'm not sure
it's
what
illegal.
the laws. Huh?
Yeah, I feel like it's illegal if it's not like hunting or hunting grounds or something.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
If you're on your own property,
yeah,
it is hunting grounds because I own this land. But it depends on. Back in the day in Plain Township, there were certain places where you could hunt. You know what I mean? So, but you don't necessarily have to use a boom stick. You can use a crossbow or a bow. Because my buddy's got a bow, and he said they wouldn't make it to 30th Street.
Yeah, that's what it would be. It would be the usage of firearms that's not allowed.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Because I was thinking, I was like, that question seems silly, but it's not silly. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
But
Yeah.
like I said, being in a township, I don't know what the laws are. They may have changed them since it's now populated more than you know what I mean. But back in the day when I was a kid in the township, there were certain places in Plain Township. In fact, over here behind the old Kmart, when you go down the hill, and there's the big lake to the left, and you go all the way to where you cross the creek right there.
Yeah.
Well, to the right there, me and my cousin used to go duck hunting on that creek. That's Plain Township.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Right there.
Yeah.
That ain't but a mile and a half away, 2 miles maybe.
Yeah, that's not far. But it's still like an area that they've devoted to that, you know?
Well, it was actually people's backyards, but
And
I'm
again-
still saying, you know, we're back there. But
Yeah.
I don't think that neighborhood was back behind there back then. Now, you know what I mean? Even though it's still Plain Township,
yeah.
and you probably still could, but right on the other side of that creek now is a whole neighborhood. When we was there, kids, there wasn't.
As long as you're not bothering anybody, you know, you get away with pretty much whatever you want. Like, they go hunting on my brother's property all the time. He has a large property. If you ever want to go hunting, ask him about it. Adam's got deer cams and all kinds of stuff down there. But
I think I won't have to.
I
I'm gonna
was
get on
thinking
my
about
roof.
that open firearm type thing. Back in there, it wouldn't matter. You couldn't do that in the city because of the firearms. And I don't know if you're not even allowed to like fire them off if you have a permit for it. It's just like considered obstruction.
Otto says, hell yeah, you can shoot outside the city limits. That's what I thought.
Outside
but-
city limits.
But it varies because just like Craig lives in Green and he's outside the city limits, he's no longer allowed to shoot, and it's because of him probably that they was like, oh, I'm quite sure he was probably out there shooting all the time. And when he first moved there wasn't nothing around him. Now there's these neighborhoods behind his property, and it's all...
Yeah, there's a councilman that my
gotta
brother
go.
knows. He lives
gotta go.
in my neighborhood in a really nice house. And every year, he'll go out and fire his gun into the air. And he told my brother it's to keep the property taxes down.
He said you can fire boomsticks anywhere outside the city unless there's a school or a safety issue.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's
Summit
not
County has
city
their own
limits.
rules. Yeah, it would go by county.
That's what I was thinking.
And,
It's like,
whatever.
because you're gonna get Karen. Oh, what are you
Oh, of
doing down
course.
there? Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's where my mind was. I appreciate you reading the comments though, because I've not been keeping up.
I think I got them all. Anyway, we got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
It's been swell, but the swelling's gone down.
a riveting show, a false start, and then tampering
It
from
was
the
a
government.
damn good show. I don't know how we do that. We don't even have no plan.
We got
all
everybody
of a sudden we be
talking in the
bullshitting
chat. Yeah,
and getting it moving. Getting it moving, y'all. All right. Well,
appreciate you guys.
we're going to call it a day because people's got to get up and go to work in the morning.
Check out my new track. It's
Check it out.
called No
Check it
Life
out.
Shack.
Churro.
It's 2 No Life Shack. And I made it on No Life Shack's producer's beats just to call him out. And at the end of the song, there's like a commentary where I'm just talking. And I'm like, oh, and thanks, Joey Nato, for involuntarily letting me steal your beats. I totally did that.
Anyway, we're out of here. Peace. Thanks.